Koh Tao, a paradise island in the Gulf of Thailand. Over the years, its sandy beaches, turquoise water, moonlit parties, and cheap dives have attracted more and more tourists. Now with 46 dive schools on an island of 21 square kilometers, Koh Tao gets half of all Thailand's diving certifications. The island dive professionals realized that the increase of reef-related tourism came at a heavy environmental cost. Chad Scott, head of Koh Tao Marine Conservation Group, was one of them.
I had a pretty good idea about the problems here, but also a lot of reports that we were getting from other divers. And a lot of the long-term divers would say things like, oh, it's not as good as it used to be. These certain dive sites used to have much more corals or many more fish or more sharks, or more turtles, those types of things. And I think at that time most people on the island had realized that there was a problem and really had a lot of motivation to try to address those problems and try to kind of improve the industry and improve our standards and then provide for sustainability.
That's why in 2008, the island's dive centres gathered together to create Save Koh Tao Marine Branch, an organisation to preserve and protect the marine resources. Nathan Cook, head of Eco Koh Tao, joined the group.
The projects that happen on Koh Tao, some of them are collective projects like Buoyancy World. We all came together, different businesses, and constructed structures, and then together the Save Koh Tao group rented a boat and we went and put it down.
With a committed team of volunteers, Save Koh Tao set up ambitious projects such as coral nurseries, the monitoring program, 6 artificial reefs, and alternative dive sites.
All around the island there's artificial reefs that divers can go and dive at to explore, to take pictures, to practice their buoyancy, and to get people off of the natural reefs, because every year we have more and more divers, but we're not having more and more dive sites unless we actually create them ourselves.
Thanks to these artificial reefs, Save Koh Tao aims to protect the island's marine heritage. But to face the increase of divers on the island, Save Koh Tao has to fight another serious challenge.
The kind of most obvious and also most readily addressable problems with the diving industry and all boat activities is the dropping of anchors. And dropping anchors, there's really no excuse for it. There's lots of other things we can do, and one of the things is to use mooring lines.
The increase of boats around the island has created pressure on the requirement of new mooring lines. Joining forces with the Department of Marine Coastal Resources and 3 large oil companies, Save Koh Tao set up a large collaborative project.
The current project is to deploy upwards of 45 large mooring anchors that for us to tie onto. As far as the physical damage of the island, it reduces the anchor damage and is going to hopefully make a big difference to the health of the reef, and hopefully spread a bit of the traffic out too, so there's not so many boats at particular sites or on particular locations.
Raoul volunteered for this project with New Haven Diving Centre. A few days of intense hard work, but a rewarding experience.
It was incredible to be part of something that's permanent and will affect the island in such a way, and our team were responsible for helping out and monitoring where the blocks went down, preventing anything going wrong, and the best locations needed for the boats.
The Mooring Boys project couldn't have seen the light of day without the implication of volunteers. Furthermore, this valuable volunteer force encourages positive attitude towards protecting the reefs.
We're having a Mooring Boy workshop, and that is to train people from different dive schools and conservation centres how to tie up mooring buoys and snorkeling lines. Then you can go back to your centre and help contribute for the betterment of the island, so to speak. So it's basically information dissemination.
Beneficial for both the island and the volunteers, The programme is an enriching way to learn and inspires people to share this knowledge with others.
Out of the pole goes around the tree, which is the rope going under, never above, and around, then back into his hole. Quite simple.
For me personally, it means a chance to be part of something big. Bigger than me, bigger than anything I've worked with before, where it's also extremely dynamic. It gives a chance to learn new things, to be part of something that you can take away from and that benefits you as well.
Ranging from university students and diving customers to locals, volunteers come from different backgrounds. With differing numbers of people committing to the project, Crystal Dive Resort had an idea.
One of the things that we've established with this dive school is that the dive masters have to earn a certain number of eco points, we call them, to be able to complete their dive master training. And this is a way for us to ensure that the dive masters that we are training are ecologically informed and aware of some of the environmental consequences of diving and divers' actions and those sort of things. So it sort of has an educational benefit for the students. It has a volunteer benefit for us that we get lots of willing hands.
Sebastian, dive master trainee at Crystal, is excited about this policy.
It's a really good thing because it gets everyone involved in protecting the marine life. It's kind of the office you have as a dive master and instructor, and you just want to protect it and preserve it.
Trainees from diving schools and the volunteers provide a devoted base to build upon.
There's nobody that's at the head of this, the president that's giving orders. Everything comes from the people. The people of Koh Tao really have this love for the place where they live. Not that many people were born here. Most people have moved here. So it just shows that, they come here, they love this environment, they want to protect it, and they're willing to give their time to do it and to work together to put aside any politics or anything like that, to join hands on these great projects from which everybody benefits.
We move forward slowly and we do what we can within the bounds of the constrictions that we have, and hopefully we can continue to increase the education and awareness of the general population, so conservation becomes at the forefront of every diver's and every business model's activities.
The inspirational work of the volunteers and organisers of Safe Koh Tao has been present for many years on the island, but with numbers of visitors increasing, the importance of conservation and its education is paramount. With successful projects such as preserving coral reefs, creating new dive sites, setting up healthy mooring buoys, and incorporating conservation into diving courses, Safe Koh Tao shows that even as the island grows into an increasingly popular tourist destination, there are still those that care for its oceans and marine heritage.